Well, hello, hello, hello. So let's just jump into the conversation about digital marketing campaigns. And I want to go over a basic overview. I'm going to start out with saying first, a lot of people are looking to drive traffic to their website with an event or registration of some type, all kind of things that you would set up for a campaign. If you have a new book, if you have a audio release, if you have so many other things out there. So basically, I'm going to go over what that entails, digital marketing campaign overviews and what it means and how does that look. Some people think because you put a post on social media or you use Google ad campaigns or social media ad campaigns that all of those things equal a campaign. If you go on Facebook, there's something called Boost. Well, you boost it to get more views, but what is the call to action for that? So I'm going to go over as simple as I can what it is because some people are consistently paying for traffic to their website, but they don't have the correct elements set up for a proper campaign. And it's like this, you if you have anything off, it will affect the benefits of your campaign. It will affect a lot of things. So I just want to go over it's like anything. If you have steps and if you miss a step, if you're cooking and you miss a step, you know something is off. And if you don't know, you'll miss the benefits of it and you just wasted. A lot of people put a ton of money in a lot of these campaigns. So let me just start out by understanding critical to your marketing campaign is really engaging and reaching your target audience. You got to understand the tools that need to be used, the components, the right channels, understanding the analytics of it all. So, a digital marketing campaign involves a series of online marketing efforts. And that's why you hear me sometimes talk about you just cannot look at social media analytics. It is the most unstable analytics that you can view. Also, with Google, to be honest with you, Google Analytics, in some cases, if you don't have different views of different things, don't put your eggs in one basket. What is the conversion rate? You can have a lot of views. Some of those views can come from bots, they can come from people passing through, it could be from competitors running up your Google ad money. That's another thing to think about. But if you have some things to compare and contrast what you're doing in terms of digital marketing, then you'll understand. So understand that the overview of it all, you have to have a business goal, such as increasing a brand awareness. Your brand, you want people to come to the website to see how you are, and you need measurements. You want to generate leads. You want people to subscribe to your newsletter or subscribe to your blog. If you have an e-commerce website, you want to drive sales, or you have a service, or what have you. You want to do those things. These campaigns can include various elements like email marketing campaigns, social media advertisement, content marketing, SEO, search engine optimization, PPC, which is pay per click, advertisement, and more. So, understanding the analytics of it all, which is crucial to your traffic. And your traffic is the number of visitors to your website or your landing page, such as filling out a form, making purchase, whatever the desired actions that you need. You have your click through rate, your CTR, which is the percentage of the people who click on your ads or your link. So if you have 10,000 people that have viewed your link, but you have one or two people sign or filled out a form or made a purchase, there is something wrong in between that. That means you have a poor click through rate, you have a poor conversion rate, and you have to understand what is the time spent looking at the analytics. That's why I say a lot of people pay for ads on Google just to come up in the geo targeting, and they get excited with large numbers, but their conversion rate is so low, which means you can be excited that people view, but I gave you earlier what that could be calls from. If you have more than one channel to look at, you can see what's happening, what is the breakdown in between there, where you have very low conversion or click through rate. So that's something to look at. For me, my website, one of my websites, I'll go, which is one of the most popular, Black Girls Hair Rock. I get about 4 or 5 million people in traffic to that website per month, like literally per month. This month is down to one because it's the summertime, and I looked at all of my analytics and everything, so I know what's causing the lower numbers versus the seasons. So, but I'm still at a high number, and my target for that, my target is literally for monetization of the blog, which that is consistent. So I know I looked at the click through rates, I look at all of those things. All of those make sense. So your bounce rate, you got to understand what the bounce rate is. And that is the percentage of the visitors who leave your site after viewing one page. If you are getting people to come to your landing page and they do nothing, that is a bounce rate. Your engagement metrics, and this is where people get it wrong. Your engagement metrics and your analytics from social media are two different things, but social media are in, if you're boosting and you're paying and you don't have anything set up, you're just throwing money out the window. Period. If you do not have the things set up, a good funnel to your campaign or all your steps set up, you're just wasting and throwing out money. That's basically what it is. So your engagement metrics are your likes, your shares, your comment, and the time spent on your website. The tools for that is usually, Google Analytics, Adobe Analytics, and social media analytics, and other platforms. So one of the things that I have specifically, and I'm setting up another business that I've had, and I kind of switched it over. I had it under my 8 by 10 Designs website because I was, relegated to not do digital marketing, web development, all of that stuff, and it was more of Christian based designs and templates and stuff like that. And I did that while, I'm recovering and stuff like that. Now I'm back into it. I kind of divided the brand, and I've started with a older brand that I had before, which is Seals and Crests. So the way I'm setting up Seals and Crests, literally, I have a really good CRM, customer relations management tool. You definitely need that when you're dealing with a campaign. So what's happening from my Etsy page, which I switched it over to Seals and Crest. So Etsy keeps all of that relationship. They have a built-in CRM. But for me, because people want things custom, I can develop that CRM for myself. So inside, when I send people an email with their custom, the CRM that I have already connected to my email will engage the people that I'm emailing coming back, so I can have the brand loyalty that I need specifically for an email campaign that I'm setting up for that. So to give you even more, a CRM system helps manage interaction with current and potential customer. It stores customer data, tracking communication, and assists in nurturing leads. They are essential for dividing your audience into segments based on behavior, demographics, or criteria. Personalization, delivering tailored content offered to different customer segments. Automation for automating tasks such as sending follow up emails and reminders. So, popular CRMs are Salesforce, HubSpot, and Soho CRM. I personally use HubSpot. I know a lot of people in my industry do the same thing. So, you definitely need those. So, that is for you to bring brand loyalty, repeat customers. You offer um, some contingencies in it. Loyalty, hey, since you've been a long time customer, let me give you X, Y, and Z. And you also set up customer referrals. That is such a beneficial portion of it because number one, the best marketing that you can get is word of mouth, either digitally or in person or someone who knows someone. So if you offer, hey, if you refer someone to me, your next purchase will have 10% off, or it could be something monetized or something like that. That way you can help nurture the customer relationship post sale or post engagement. You definitely want to do that. So, the next thing we want to talk about is the funnels. A marketing funnel represents the customer's journey from awareness to purchase. So, yes, you put something on social media about your event, registration, anything, your event. But what I see so much of on social media, which is baffling to me, is someone will get a whole flyer nicely set up. They'll pay for the ads for the flyer, but the call to action in the description of it is nowhere to be found. Like literally nowhere to be found. Like, people assume that they're going to read the flyers and follow the information. And I find that laughable because people hardly read anything when they're on social media because you're in a system of flipping through things and you're gauging through things. And if you're on X or anything else like that, you are going through and you're swiping. So, the best thing that I've seen is to create from your event, and it works for me. It works heavy for me. So if I would share specifically a direct link from the website, and in the image it has the information provided to grab hold, and then I have the call to action to it, like go register here, you want to see more, visit us. Those are call to action words. And if they can click onto it and it goes directly to the link that it's supposed to, I do that with a lot of the e-commerce stuff like t-shirts, purchase, stuff like that. I find that my conversion rate skyrockets. So I just want to give you, that's the journey. They see it, they click on it, they visit, they read about what it is, who it's for, and then the next portion of it is clicking the button to buy now, register now, donate now, stuff like that. And that is your your funnel. That is your typical funnel. So let me give you what that is. Top of funnel, or TUFU. Awareness and interest. Content here should educate and inform. The next thing in that is, and that's in 3 steps: middle funnel, MUFU. Consideration content should demonstrate the value and address the pain points. It's addressing what? So for Black Girls Hair Rock, I'm literally setting up where I am giving away a lot of content based books, self help, um, awareness, stuff like that, all kind of tips and stuff like that. So giving people and addressing the value of it in my middle of my funnel. That means when they click on the link and go to my website, either from an email blast, from social media, from Google, wherever, from Pinterest, which is very popular, but we'll talk about that later, to the bottom of the funnel, BUFU. Decision content should be persuasive, highlighting why your product or services is the best choice. Your activities for that is literally, excuse me, content marketing, social media posts, email campaigns, and retargeting ads. You definitely have to do that. This is here by far, and I hear a lot of people ask me a question. What is a landing page? A landing page is generally a page or a website that will allow people to collect leads or understanding what it is. It's a standalone website. So a form or payment page or something like that. Generally, sometimes if I'm having a specific campaign away from the general website, I create a standalone landing page specifically for that product or service. Case in point, if you have a new book out, you would separate it from your website to directly guide people into understanding what the book is about, and for people to click on it and purchase it right then and there after they get the information. If your brand is recognizable enough, that's something that I do to cut the steps to make it easier for people to opt in and buy. So basically, having your forms to collect and use the information from your leads. They can be simple, from name and email, so you can engage those people again from your CRM, or detail including company size, budget. The forms designs should be user friendly with clear instruction and minimum required fields. A landing page is a standalone website created specifically for marketing campaigns. Its purpose is to convert visitors into leads and customers. Key elements include a headline, which has a clear and compelling uh, explaining the offer, like 10% off of this, blah, blah, blah. The CTA, your call to action, a button or link that prompts the users to take action, like download now or get started. Visuals, an image or a video that supports the office. Social proof, testimonials, reviews, or study or case studies to build trust. Your channels, and what are your channels basically? And that's another question. Channels, choosing the right channels for your digital marketing campaign depends on your goals, audience, and budgets. And usually, I talk about that a lot because I remember in one of the other podcasts that I did, I talked about someone telling me that they had a software that would push contents to all of the websites, and that would help. And I told you, you never ever want to do that because each platform is different. You have to target. That's good for surface level marketing, but not for a digital marketing professional or anyone serious about digital marketing, period. So it includes social media. Social media is a channel. It includes platforms like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, Pinterest, and engaging with audience with sharing content. That's one channel. Another channel is search engines, SEO to optimize your site for organic search and pay per click advertisements such as Google ad, Bing ads. The next channel is email channels, building a list and sending targeted emails to nurture leads and retain customers. We talked about that. CRMs are really good with that. Content marketing, blogging, videos, infographics, and more to provide value to attract customers. Any website that I build, I always tell people to engage in blogging or, doing a YouTube or something like that to drive traffic back to your website. Another channel is affiliate marketing, partnering with affiliates to promote your products and services in exchange for commissions. And we talked about brand loyalty. Brand loyalty in your CRM is giving someone, hey, if you do this, I will give you that. Digital display advertising, banner ads on different websites, often used for brand awareness and retargeting. These are some channels that you can use. And I keep telling people, do not look at social media only for that, because again, you have a lot of components such as AI and everything else like that. And so now, if you look at it, they are now using AI for campaign ads. So being certified in that is another thing. So integration strategy is another thing. You want to have consistent a consistent message and branding across all channels and touch points, specifically your hashtags, your social media handles, but not the same information you can, but have a targeted message, because Facebook is one level of an age, and TikTok is another. So you'll get an older crowd and a younger crowd. You don't want to have the same information, or you don't want to spend key dollars in something. If you are doing a campaign on um, old age, just to say old age, you're not going to put your money into TikTok, because TikTok is not the targeted group. Most of your money will go into platforms like Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, based off of the demographics of the age. You're not going to use Snapchat for that as well. You can engage in it, but your message would be different. How would it be different? Thank you for asking, Duchess. Well, the difference is, if I put it on Facebook, I'm going after the the demographics that I have for it. The message would be, do you have knee pains when you get up in the morning, or something like that, or a funny about older age. On a younger platform, the message will probably different, like, do you know someone, or has your parents, or anybody. I mean, you're still engaging with it, but you're engaging with it differently. And that's why I say using those platforms is just, I like the young people, that's trash, don't do that. So that's one thing. So the next thing, you want to make sure you do A/B testing. Continuously testing different elements such as headline, CTA, and ad copy to ensure your performances. Data-driven decision. Use analytics to understand what works and refine your strategy. Those are the things that you definitely definitely want to use, and the decision base, and having conversations. So I just wanted to jump into that. A lot of times I get questions about uh, key points and products and everything else like that. So, having a funnel summary, and you can look it up, awareness, content marketing, social media, SEO, paid search, considerations. You want to have your landing page, your email marketing, your webinars and your demos, your decisions, your product pages, your specific offers, and your retargeting ads, and your post purchase, thank you emails, follow up, and referral programs. If you do not have any of these things set up, if you do not have a clear walkthrough of anything, you will consistently, consistently, when you're doing a campaign, waste money. You're just throwing tons and tons of money out the window. Like literally, that is the whole component of it all. You're losing a lot of money if you do not have a landing page with the information. You want to make sure that the information that you have is accurate, because if it's not accurate or consistent, it's a turnoff to anybody that's looking at it. For instance, someone will put up an ad campaign for 2024, and then they see the website and the content in the website hasn't been updated since 2017. You want to make sure those key points are in place. You want to make sure that if I click on a link, someone has somewhere, the people can go somewhere and get the information. The worst thing you can do for me and for other people who are coming to your website is to make them look for something, because I'm gonna tell you right then, and I'm gonna tell you now, that's where you get your information. That's where you get the poor conversion rates. Um, that's where you get your bounce rates. That's where you get all of this stuff. So again, we talked about 10,000 views, 8 million views, 10 million views. The views are nice. It could come from many different directions, but the clear indicator of success comes from the conversion rate. Anybody can get you a ton of views. A real digital marketing can build the conversion rate. So if I got 10 million views, I should at least have close to 5 million conversion rates. Do you understand what I'm saying? The better the conversion rates are to the views, the better the marketing person is. If I'm just seeing, if you're telling me, hey, look, I got you 10 million views, and I'm sitting there and I got maybe 2 forms filled out, well, what's the purpose? There's a breakdown in your funnel, there's a breakdown in your system, there's a breakdown in something. Your website should have your top, your middle, and your bottom to your funnel. Number one, you have to have a landing page for your viewers to go through. This is part of your campaign, and you have to invest in your different channels. You cannot consistently rely on Google and social media for your campaigns, because I'm going to tell you, depending on your demographics, that may not work. That may not help. Word of mouth is the best. You better have a dynamic, and I'm telling you now, a dynamic CRM management and referral program for your services. I'm telling you, these are the things that work. I remember where Starbucks did a campaign which was brilliant, which is, buy someone behind you a drink or something like that. And that was a great campaign, because it showed, the good Samaritan type of behavior, which is connected to their brand, and people enjoy doing that. So I'm not saying you need to pay $1 million for a digital marketing, or you need to be a rocket scientist. I'm just telling you to make sure things make sense. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. But you have to be consistent, and you have to be willing to understand the process. Because if you don't understand the process, or your process is broken down, then you are wasting tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of money for no reason. You may get on social media, say you get like 20,000 views, but if it doesn't go anywhere, you don't have a good conversion rate. You don't have, if you have a terrible bounce rate, if you have a terrible conversion rate, the numbers outside of that means nothing. I was always told when I was in digital marketing, they told us when people say to you, the numbers tell a story. No, it doesn't. The numbers give you a perspective. It is up to you to take an opportunity to look into what's behind the numbers. If you do not know what's behind the numbers, then you're going to be fake newsed by just numbers, period. And that's how that goes. But these are just some of the things I'm asked daily. I'm happy to get an opportunity to explain it. So thank you for listening. If you would like to know more, I have updated my website. There's a new website. You can email me at hello@duchesspro.com. Remember, it was .co before, it is .com now. So it is DUCHESSPRO.com. So thank you for listening.